Hello and welcome to the well. Today is a very special contemplation because it's a little bit different than anything I've done before, and yet it seems so obvious. So what we're going to talk about is that secret little dialogue that you have with yourself every day, several times a day, that tells you that you're not good enough and that you're not going to heal, and that you're the one person that's not going to get this, or you're the one person that doesn't know what to say or doesn't know what to do or doesn't know how to show up in a group. And I want to tell you something about the secret dialogue. It's a liar. And it's so funny because we as women in our society, we haven't really learned how to put ourselves out there in a way that's like a healthy way a lot of times. We know how to be the glam influencer. We know how to be the successful businesswoman. There's all these roles like the mom role, but nobody really talks about like the secret dialogue that's always weighing in, criticizing or assessing, if you're doing it good enough, if you are enough, if other people are going to like you, if people are going to get you, what you need to do in order to be noticed or liked. It's just this constant chatter of weighing in on who you are. Well, today that's going to change. So I want you to get out your pen and paper later, and I want you to write down a few things about what we're going to talk about today, which is, what is my reoccurring message? Today, when you're listening to this the first time, just go ahead and sort of, blase through it, really trying to pick up on the frequency in my voice, connecting with my heart to your heart, and having that conversation that's just saying, I get you. I do that. I know what is happening here. I do it myself. Does it have to be this way for us anymore? No. And the way it stops is that we tell each other, you know what? You're okay. And I actually love how you are. And sure, I see my flaws. I see your flaws. Who cares? Like, I didn't come here to be perfect. I just think that I did, but I absolutely did not. I know that I'm human and I have imperfections. Same with you, right? We know that we're a little broken. And, I don't mind. I know that there's lots of things I'm always working on in myself. In fact, I probably been working on them since I was a little girl. And maybe most of them I've been working on since I've been in high school. It's just an ever-evolving same chatter of how can I make myself better, right? And our ideals change, of course, as we get older. Our values shift around a little bit. But the truth is, we got to make peace with that damn little dialogue that's going off on us all the time, weighing in on all of the little niggling things that, sure, are less than ideal states of mind. If you could just be with me in this now moment, and I want you to just call to yourself a list of some of the important things that you feel that you always tell yourself, if you could just do this, then you'll be enough. What are some of those things? Is it your weight? Is it your look? Is it your relationship? Is it that job that you're trying to up-level? Is it where you live? Do you want a certain body part to be better? Do you want to be happier and you feel bad that you're sad? Do you want to be less scared? Do you want to be less loud? Or do you need to be more loud? Do you want to be more patient? What is it? What's your list? Take a deep breath in with me. And just feel all the emptiness of you. And when I say empty, I'm not saying that you're not enough and you're empty. I'm saying when you get into that space where it's just you and you, your own voice, that's emptiness. And emptiness in the body feels like expansion. It's the opposite of what we kind of make emptiness be in the way that we use the term, the word. Emptiness, when you're thinking about it in Buddhist terms, is expansion. So change that word emptiness into a positive. And I want you to just see that when you go inside of yourself, so call yourself back into yourself. And there's a woman within you that is you, but she's more still. She's less judgy. And she's very patient. And she's confident. Call her back into yourself by using your breath to settle your body down first. You can tap on the front of your forehead at your third eye, and you can also tap at the crown of your head, and you'll notice that you'll actually be led around your body to tap. There you go, and just start tapping and calling yourself back to yourself. And right now it's just you and my voice, but you and you. And I want you to ask that only your highest timeline self come with you right now. The inner critic isn't invited to this party. So just let that energetic screen out any of the parts of yourself that's not good enough. There you go. We're going to leave that at the door. All right, now in this space, you can kind of start to feel a sense of expansion. Do you get that? Now, within this expansion is this sort of like effervescent feeling. Breathe until you feel that little quiggly, squiggly. It's not bad. It's not anxiousness. It's actually excitement. And a little bit of the Kundalini arousal, which can slightly feel sexual. So, that's actually a good thing because Kundalini is your life force and it has a very magnetic sexual charge because it's designed to want to make more of itself, right? That's fertility. But when it's not being used in a sexual way, it feels like a form of arousal. But it's actually you meeting God. It's the truth. Kundalini is union within. So breathe that. And you're going to really dig this because it's amazing. And it's going to start to expand your energy. So I want you to just sort of imagine that the inner self is getting bigger than the inner self. The inner self is getting bigger than the outer self. There you go. And then the inner self is getting bigger than the outer self. And you're really starting to expand outside of your body. And you're getting bigger than the room that you're in. And bigger than the state that you're in. Breathe. And bigger than the country that you're in. And bigger than the planet that you're on. And then bigger than the cosmic sense of who you are in the cosmic universe. And you just start to expand where you're just nothingness. That's emptiness. And you can kind of look around at this point, but you really don't have boundaries to the self. And let those little tinglies, let them get bigger and let them tingle. You're merging with the all. And some people do plant medicine to get to this space. But it's available right here in your body right now. So tell yourself that you're expanding, and you can use the medicine frequency of maybe some plant medicines you wanted to try, but you just want to use the frequency of it. Like if you wanted to go on an ayahuasca journey, you can ask for the Katrina of ayahuasca, the mother of ayahuasca, to come and give you some of that frequency of the mystery. Or San Pedro, it's a cactus. There you go. And then just think of the different ways that you can use the plant frequencies to expand your consciousness without having to imbibe anything or inhale anything, right? That you just become a living, breathing essence that's sort of like these beings that sometimes people see in near-death experiences. There you go. And I want you to sync up with the frequencies of the plants, sort of like we were doing with the totems of the animal medicine, but expand it out into the like hallucinogenic medicine. But you don't have to do anything to go on that journey. That DMT is right there within your brain already. You don't have to do anything exotic. You can just ask for the homeopathic version of it to come into your experience. And what it's going to do, it's going to take you into a more magical side of yourself, where maybe the plants speak to you, where maybe animals arrive that can communicate with you. You know, the different realities, sort of like, does it even look like Earth where you see that you're at? Are you underwater? Are you up in the sky with the winged beings? Are you the teeniest little molecule or the gene IL in somebody's DNA strand, probably your own? Let the wild and weird come to you, but without the judgment that it's scary or that it's going to take you anywhere not good, because you've got Divine Source Creator as the frequency generator. That's it. That's love. That's love incarnate. That's protection. You are protected. But let your imagination go wild, and I want you to ask yourself a question. What is the reoccurring message that tells me I can't be who I want to be in this life? What's the reoccurring message that tells me that I can't be who I want to be in this life? And how does my system receive it? So what we're really asking is, what's the theme that takes you out of your alignment with God Source energy and puts you into a more limiting belief system? And sort of do a scan on yourself. That what are your limiting beliefs? And if you're listening to this a second time, write them down in your journal. If you're listening to this the first time, take an inventory of what your limiting beliefs are. There you go. My limiting beliefs are, some of my limiting beliefs also are, I really get stuck in this limiting belief. This limiting belief keeps me from the frequency of my confidence, keeps me out of touch with my capabilities and my magnificence. Very good. Now I just want you to take note of that. Thank it for sharing. And tell yourself, I'm just going to work on that right now. I'm going to listen to this a few times. And I'm really going to hear from my inner self over the next few days. If I'm not sure what I'm being held back by in myself, I'm actually going to ask the question in the next few days. I'm going to ask my higher self, what is keeping me from who I'm meant to be? What is keeping me out of alignment with myself? What is keeping me from my true alignment? Because I've been holding these limiting beliefs. There you go. So, if you weren't able to reach your limiting beliefs, or you couldn't get to them just because you need more time, it's really the awareness to get the micro shift. It's really to get to the awareness of what has been reoccurring as a limiting belief in your mind. It might not even be something that's very succinct. It might be a general feeling. But over the next few days, develop at least some sort of sense of what's holding you back. And when you know that, when you hear the future downloads, you're going to be able to get more quickly to what I'm asking you to really dig up inside of yourself that you haven't been able to reach. And so you're going to keep that in your back pocket, ready. And I can't stress enough, even if you don't want to journal about stuff, you can just put little stars and bullet point things that you want to remember. But start writing things down while you're listening to the audio. And a lot of times I'm on a bike ride and I'm listening to my audios because I'm right here with you. After I download this, I don't remember what I've said. I'm right here learning through the downloads with you. And it really does help me to listen to them several times. And sometimes I use them as remedies where I'll pick and choose a few that are similar, and I don't always know what I'm choosing. I don't say, okay, I need this one and this one and this one, although sometimes I do. But most of the time I go totally random because I want Holy Spirit to just be that crazy and just lead me blindly. And so I'll just sort of, pull up one, and then I will randomly go through the rest of the months and maybe choose one, and then maybe go back into last month or the month before and choose one. And somehow the crazy combination that I choose, I usually spend about a half hour or 45 minutes, an hour on choosing them. And they all fit together like a perfect puzzle piece of what I need to work on, even though I didn't even try to make it a remedy. So come back to your body. Thank the inner wisdom. If you couldn't get to what it was, those limitations, say, okay, well, I'm just going to keep trying. But it also shows me if I can't get to these things, it shows me how stuck I am, which is why I'm here, right? So if you're a little stuck, don't worry about it. At the same time, keep showing up with the intention that you're not just here to be inspired. Although I love the frequency of even the voice to me. It calms me, my voice, when I'm re-listening to it. So sometimes I am just showing up for inspiration. But I want you to stretch beyond inspiration this week and really stretch into who I want to be and what that's going to look like so I can get there. And make that your commitment. And call all your power back to yourself right now. I call all my power back to me right now. I'm sealing up my aura. I'm thanking that inner goddess within me, my higher self, that's completely connected to divine source energy all the time, always, always connected. There you go. We're sealing up your aura. You can open your eyes and take a look at some of the other audios, see if anything else, sort of play a random, take a quick scan of the list and pick one. And give yourself a few more minutes, even if you only listen to part of it. Because I really want to emphasize that you're going to create your own remedies by following your intuition to listen deeply to these audios, because we are having people have amazing miracles. And you're the next miracle. Hugs. Can't wait to meet you in the well tomorrow. Much love.